welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanette and I am a high vibrational being and I'm back. Back with a message for the collective. It's been a while. I haven't been here. I've been going through my own healing, a lot of purging. I was out sick. I've been sick. But I think it's due to the energies that I am experiencing at this time. Hope you all are safe. Hope you are all raising your vibrations, healing, staying in your own lane, taking care of you, and being in a space of compassion for all. No matter what you're seeing outside of yourself, no matter what the world is going through, it has to go through it at this time so that way it purges all that has been stuck, hidden, and just need to be cleansed out. We're living in a world where a lot of things are coming to the surface, and we have to be very mindful not to fall in the trap of, how you say it, taking sides. I know that I stand in the side of God, and I know we are all one, and I know that we all have committed and done things in our lives. We either hurt people, we either were in relationships, we either did things that were toxic, but we all came to this world to learn. We are here to learn about our mistakes. We are here to let go back to who we truly are as children of God, as divine beings, as beacon of light. And if you don't understand, if you don't know the power that you hold within yourself, you are not being your authentic true self. You are giving your power away to other people. You are lowering your energy to fulfill in other beings that really it's not benefit to you. I've been on this journey for 6 years. Spiritual journey, spiritual awakening. I just had my 6th year of awakened on February 17, 2026. Was when I fully awakened, when I had this big Kundalini wake up, when I saw the light, when I saw a life review in front of me, everything that I went through in my life from that moment, from the day that I was born until that moment that I saw that light. I had a review of all the things that I experienced in my life. And I bowed down and I surrendered my life to the Most High God. I went through those days, years, until this present moment, learning about who we are. What is this world about? The systems. I was getting visions. I was seeing people that were hurting, that were doing things, tricks, and I forgave them. I forgave them for they not know what they were doing. They had to live with the consequences of their actions. They are still in this dark shadow. They are still not facing the things that they have done, not only to me, but to others. And we sent them love and we sent them prayers that they get out of this dark space that really is a reflection of who you are. It's a mirror that is being placed in front of you to look at yourself, and whatever you're putting out, that's exactly what you are receiving. When you put out love, when you put out compassion, when you put out a lot of creative energy to create a world that you no longer want to be in, that's exactly what you are going to receive. We all have choices. We all have to look at ourselves and say, you know what, I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about that one. I'm tired of wanting to be in a status where I think I'm trying to get, but I can't get there. Because I have to do so much hurt. Or I have to give my power away to other people. I have to be a slave to the system. Know that you are a child of God. You are a creator. You create your own reality. Things that we were taught were not for our highest good. A lot of the things that we have been embedded since childhood. There's a lot of things, a lot of secrets that were hidden that is coming to the light. There has been a lot of human experiments. There was things that I wrote down during these past few days. On 12/23/26 at 10:48, my intuition speaks so loud. My feelings are very hard to deny that our American men and women who served this country was used as bait, as weapons, as guinea pigs between 1945 until our current age. Many of those empowered by military, CIA, NSA, use their positions of power to experiment humans with alien DNA. This is nothing new. Many of the human experiments were designed to control a population of beings that have extraordinary intelligence. It is a story that now will come to the light, not to punish, but to raise the consciousness of those who were blinded, and those who sold their souls, maybe for survival or because they were afraid of the retaliation that would affect their lives and the lives of their families. Many souls were eliminated because they were part of something. They had no clue. Those who wanted to bring truth to the light were taken out through car accidents, poison, airplane crashes, drownings. That too. And all they did, and all they made it seem it was an accident. Many people lost their lives. Families were taken out because truth tellers were wanting to speak. And when they spoke, their families were targeted, their children were targeted, their homes were targeted, their finances were targeted, their health was targeted. I speak because I speak from my experience. I don't speak because I read it from a textbook. In reality, there were smoky mirrors during the Nazi in 1945. The government knew the experiments that was being done on soldiers. Until current, many of our men and women in the military were programmed to mark either by certain frequencies, music, a word, a sound of a bell. Then once the job was done, they would take themselves out. Or they would have had an accident where officials will hide evidence to prove the person was mentally ill or on drugs. As a starseed, I could I could discern truth from false or illusions. For this reason and more, I have been followed, stalked, monitored, studied without consent, had 2 car accidents, had my older son killed, sister who had a car accident, a niece who had a car accident. She was in the Marines, military, came back with depression. Nephew whose friend died of overdose. There were many of the attributes that proved to me that what I awakened to is nothing but the truth. Many of the NPC players in my life were planted in my life to drive me insane, but it did not work. Because the faith that I have in my Creator. During my life, I have survived many spiritual attacks that may have made me look very unstable in the eyes of those who are not spiritually awakened, or who have been working with those who have a connection to the government, the CIA, the NSA, the FBI, and military officials because of our spiritual gifts. My daughter and grandchildren was targeted, and I saw how spy cameras were placed around the area they lived. My daughter's car accident, I believed, had a tracking device. My son, at the age of 16, was targeted. My youngest son. I believe this was done by someone I knew. An older woman targeted my son. She was in her 20s and sexually binded herself to him. One day he came to my home And we went to the supermarket and he began to steal. I was very concerned about his behavior. Then during the evening, he appeared to be under the influence of illicit drugs. He eventually wanted to leave my home to go to the city to meet up with some girl that he was contacting that evening that he was in my house. He had threatened to hurt me if I didn't let him go. I told him I would call the police on him. Then his father was called, and I told him to come get him. His father never told me my 16-year-old son, was having drug problems. This just happened so fast, but I believe this warlock, had so much to do with the conflict in my family's life. This was due to healing that I needed to do so karmic lessons could be balanced. These government officials have what are called cleanup crews. All the data erased, all medical records hacked, eliminated for those who are responsible for hurting people. These government marked cars, I seen them all the time. I believe they follow me everywhere, but they can't hurt me. Know that dreams are real. I wrote this yesterday. You just have to learn how to decode your dreams. They may be messages from the past or present. We have been told something else about dreams, but they play a major role in our awakening. Sometimes dreams may be answers to questions we have asked. Think about it. We yet figured how to ask. As an awakened soul, an enlightened soul, as an ascended soul, as a person, a being who sees beyond a starseed, because I don't deny that we are part of something bigger than you have no idea, or not awakened fully to who we truly are. There are hints, there are information out there, but many refuse to believe. That we are connected to something more bigger than what we have been told. I speak from my experience. I speak as a being that has been through so much, that has overcame so much, that has learned lessons, that has been stripped of finances. But the faith of God always, that energy, that beautiful energy always provides. We have been taught to look for people outside of ourselves. That is further from the truth. If you know that God is within you, if you know how to work with the energies, everything on this planet is alive. I have shared in my videos the cameras that were placed on my doors. I have shared the poisoning that I've experienced. I have shared the illnesses that I've went through. I have shared the accidents that I experienced, the surgeries, the implants that were implanted in my spine, the nano that was taken out energetically, that was implanted in my brain. I speak of this to share my life and to tell you that you are able to make your life better. I could have became rebellious. I could have became an addict. I could have taken my own life. But I chose to live. I chose to heal. I chose to be a creator. I chose to speak my truth. I chose to not be in silence. We have been experimented on. We have been enslaved. But we have to learn how to forgive. Learn to stand up, speak. Speak from a space of love and compassion and understanding, not from anger. Not to retaliate against another human being, another one of our brothers and sisters. We are an expression of God, expressing itself. Learning. We all have our free will. And those who have caused they have to live with themselves. They have to find their path, release those dark shadows of ourselves, because that's what it is. Dark shadow aspects of ourselves, and balance that energy back. You can't have the light without the dark. But you have to learn how to bring it together. I had to learn about spirituality, about the angels, about God, about the plants, about the water. Everything is energy. Everything is alive. How Mother Gaia gives to us. Gives us food, the animals. We have to care for our environment. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. There's a conscience that is very intelligent. And we have that intelligence within us. And when you learn how to master that energy, you learn how to build communities, places that are for the highest good of all. You learn how to build businesses that is not to harvest from others. You learn how to be at peace with yourself. You learn how to calm your nervous system. The medications, I was just doing research on medications that was given to me. A lot of psychotropic medications. Lots. And what those medications had a lot of effect to make you more out of touch, out of reality. That's why they sell these illicit drugs to our children. They do things to control our children. We have to be very mindful, have to be very proactive in our medical care. What is this medication going to do for me that an herb or a tea cannot do for me? Something that comes from nature. When you learn how to meditate, when you know how to go within, you calm your nervous system down. You start to eat healthy, not to inflammate your organs. Cancer comes from repression, holding, anger. I'm not a doctor. Just saying I'm not a doctor. But be very careful. Be very mindful of the things that you're taking within your system. I detoxed on my own from pain medication. I detoxed on my own from psych medicines. There were times when I took Ambien, my sister used to tell me, I don't know, but you wasn't acting like yourself. I'm like, what are you talking about? I wasn't even aware that Ambien was doing something to my psyche that I wasn't even aware of. I don't know if you guys remember Ambien when it came out. I did things that I never remembered I did. I had to stop those medications. These were medicines that were given to me so that my spiritual gifts would stay dormanted within me. I come to say that I have compassion for all living beings. I don't have any anger, no animosity towards any being at all. I don't work in that capacity of energy. I do not give consent to anything that is not in agreement with my sovereignty. As a sovereign being, I don't give my power away to anyone. And anyone who tries to take any energy from me, know the forces that you are working with. Know that God's children are always protected. Know that there are laws, spiritual laws. You don't have to hurt anyone to get what you want in life. That's an old way of thinking. That's what you was programmed to think. That you was programmed to do dark things in the night and conjure up these energies to give you power. But know that every time you was doing that, you was being watched. You're always being watched. When you think you're not being watched, that's the most time then when you are being watched. Everything that I experience in my life, in this lifetime, because this is not my first rodeo in this, I'm a reincarnated being. Very high level of consciousness. I see everything. I feel. I connect. I send nothing but healing to all. My children have to learn from them for themselves. There's nothing that I could do but send protection always, always, until they are fully awakened. But there will not be any harm that will ever be brought to them. All my grandchildren. There were a lot of places that have experimented on humans. Washington, D.C. is very aware. The Pentagon is very aware. Maryland, West Virginia, Idaho, Japan, Arkansas, China, Massachusetts, Nicaragua, North Dakota, Colombia, Brazil, Georgia, Maryland, Seattle, Chicago, Virginia, Russia, Florida, Maryland, Massachusetts. It's a lot of hidden secrets that's going to come to the surface. A lot that has been told about aliens, technology, pyramids, tunnels, Alaska. A lot of things that are in the earth and the water. But you want to waste your time. You want to waste your time. I encourage you to take time out for yourself and stop projecting your insecurities on other beings. You are a loving being. You want to say that if you experience a death in your family, or you have not experienced a death, and you putting that energy out and you saying that you have experienced these things, you have cancer and you don't have cancer, if you're looking for people to feel pity for you, I suggest that you change the wording in your, how you phrase things in your life. Because everything that comes out of the mouth is a creation. What you're creating for yourself. The energy that is coming in, that is, I don't know if you guys are experiencing it. People are getting caught faster and faster. Talking about other people in the industry. There's more to that than what anybody can ever imagine. There's more to those X-Files that anybody could ever imagine. It's not all about the these artists. It's not all about them. It's something more deeper that is going to be exposed. Everything else is just a distraction. We have to be very careful in choosing sides. Just let it be. Don't feed into this narrative. People are not who they think they are. Who you think they are. There are clones out there. NPCs. There are beings that, it's like 30-40% of the population are not what you think they are. You don't have to believe me. I'm good with it. I know when my spirit speaks. I know the guidance that I receive, the visions that I receive, the messages that I receive. I don't tell you all of it because you don't need to know it all. Because if you want to know something, you always go to God. Stop looking for outside sources because they're not going to tell you it's not 100% accurate. The YouTube channels is turning to be such a joke right now. I can't even watch YouTube anymore. The only YouTube I watch is probably the Galactic Federation and Ishmael Perez. Because everything is like so fake. So fake. The news that is being put out, the things about Donald Trump. Do you know who Donald Trump is? You have no idea. You think you know Donald Trump, but you have no idea. People report on Donald Trump, but they have no idea. People report on Obama, but they have no idea. People report on Oprah Winfrey, but they have no idea. People report on Ellen DeGeneres, but they have no idea. They have no idea. They make up stories. They look up other people's information, other YouTube channels, other media channels. That's how they get their info. But they never seek within themselves the truth of what God is really revealing to the collective at this time. Do you know who you are? Do you know the power you hold? Do you know the gifts that you have? Do you know the light that you have within you? Everybody's looking for these med beds. Do your healing and you don't need a med bed. You wouldn't need a med bed if you're healing. If you're ascending to higher consciousness, you won't need a med bed. There are herbs, there are plants, there are teas. There's ways of eating. Alcohol, anything that is illicit drugs, that's not good for your system. It's not good for your soul. Damaging your consciousness. I'm not perfect. I never said I was. But I know that I am not a person who's vengeful. And I swore to God that day that I turned my life over to this beautiful divine energy. Because all I felt from that light was so much love that it was so blinding. That every single day of my life, from the moment that I get up to the moment that I go to sleep, I'm always guided by the Spirit. Always. I don't look outside for any validations from anyone. I have not traveled outside of this out of this country. I have never owned a car. There's insurance out there that says I never owned a car. I haven't traveled outside of the United States to any country other than LA, Florida, Tennessee, Oregon. In the last 6 years, I have not traveled. I don't know why I'm pointed to say that. I have not used my passport. I have no violations on my driver's license. I have a clean driver's license. I don't know, I'm guided to say that. People's IDs have been used to travel around the world and used to make false allegations or sign checks, open bank accounts, open credit card accounts, scamming. It's all part of a pyramid scheme. It's all part of a system that was built, that is being taken out. Ishmael said Perez yesterday that the Illuminatis have been taken out. And when I touch my heart, it's always confirmation, just like when God told me Epstein was in debt. I asked God to show me. I asked God to please show me that what I was feeling, that he was alive, to send me and I got that message. These files are bigger than what you can ever imagine. There's a lot of secrets in those files. People's names. Innocent people. There are people's DNA, blood types that has been documented for years. Experimented on humans with alien DNA, actual bodies of these beings, and other ways of trying to create souls, beings that had no souls, clones. You can make a clone like that in no time. How do you think they got that information from? I mean, ask yourself that question. We live on a planet. There are other planets. There's other galaxies. Do you think we was ever alone? Do you think that story is true? There's nothing to fear. It's nothing to fear because we have been watched for a very long time. This planet is very, very much protected. Those who were causing or trying to cause are being taken out behind the scenes. If you don't have spiritual eyes to see, and you're assuming and you're making all these statements and all these false allegations, get your facts straight. When you tell a story, make sure you're telling a story from a very compassionate and understanding way of seeing things, not to put fear into the collective. To remind them of the beautiful beings that they are. To empower one another, to build healthy communities, healthy schools where our children are safe, where they are able to express themselves, either through music, through arts, through whatever, writing. There needs to be more funding towards the arts in school, dancing, singing, playing instruments, because those are who our ancestors are. They activate our DNA within, and that's how we are able to create. They try to suppress our gifts. We bow down to no one. I serve only one, the creator of all. Not Jesus. He's my teacher. He is my brother. Just like Buddha, Allah, my ancient ancestors. If you know who the archangels are, you know they are enlightened beings. They are very, very powerful beings, cosmic. The stories in the skies were always stories of our brothers and sisters watching over us. Not of God coming down to save us. We have to save ourselves. We have to save ourselves. We have to save our hearts, our minds, so that way we are able to create a beautiful world. Not wait for no med beds. You have to do the work. You have to release the things that no longer serve you. You have to learn how to discern energies. What is right, what is wrong, your conscience, your morals, your values, your body. How to respect, not steal, not cheat, not gossip, not compete. We don't compete against anyone. We bring out the message of love. We bring out what God has told us to bring out, to enlighten, to bring awareness, not to harm or hurt any individual. We come in peace. They come in peace. Don't be tricked by the media saying that maybe one day some alien invasion will happen and it's going, no. They've been preparing humanity for a while to let you know. They've always been here. They have always been here. They are benevolent beings. Yes, some of them were benevolent. Yes, yes. Because you have both, dark and light in both. In everything. There are polarities in everything. But we have to learn how to be one. One. Not one race against another, not one culture against another, not one religion against another. No. God is the creator of all. He's not the creator of Islam. He's not the creator of Iran. He's not the creator of Israel. He's not the creator. He's the creator of all. There's no division. He's not black or he's not white. All. We all came from one divine source. We have been programmed to think differently. We have to change that program and say, I am worthy. I am loving. I am kind. I am a being of love, of compassion, of understanding, of forgiveness, of letting go of what doesn't ever serve you, and become that leader, that person that only wants good for all, that doesn't seek validation from anyone. I am going to leave here today at this moment, and I want you to understand that I love you. I love you all. I have so much compassion. Forgiveness. I have forgiven all. But there is something that I will not tolerate. And I don't allow anybody to come into my field and try to take what is rightfully mine. Nobody has that power. Nobody has any power over me. Nobody has any authority over this sovereign being that is right here present. I do not bow to no system or no man or no woman. I serve only one. I serve only one God. The creator, prime source creator. And nobody has any authority over any of my energy. I stand in my truth and I speak my truth. and I don't hide. I love you all. Have a blessed day. Let's build communities that is worth living in and not taking advantage of one another. Build communities where people are safe. Children could go outside and play. Build gardens where they're able to grow their fruits without pesticides damaging their crops. Build communities where children are able to express themselves. Be leaders, not the followers. Not to gain any financial gain on them, on us. Because God is our provider. He will always provide. We have a world full of so much abundance. We just need to learn how to work with nature, work with the elements. It works with you if you work with it. Remember, everything is a living being. This planet is a living being. The plants are alive. The flowers are alive. The dirt is alive. The air is alive. Whatever you put out, you're going to receive. Put out that good energy so you're able to receive that. Don't have no ill intent towards any human being. Stop testing humans, governments. Let go of your ways. Give up because it's over. There is compassion. We have compassion for those. But you have to be responsible for all that you have done. We have to be accountable for everything that you do in this world. You have to be held accountable. You can't blame other people because you took an oath, you took money, you took people's lives. You have to be held accountable and find forgiveness. I love you. Again, find peace in your heart. Let go of your ways because it doesn't work. I don't come here very often. I don't need to read you cards to know exactly what is going on. You don't either. You need to go within so that way you could get your messages through the Most High God. You are a child of God. You are light. Don't give your light away. Shine that light. Breathe. Learn how to breathe. Learn how to sit with yourself. Meditate. Forgive is very important. Coherence with all that is. Have a good day. Namaste. Stay in the light. Know that you're loved.